I was a bus driver for the Richfield Seminary that came here, and it was a 21-day tour. I thought I'd never see home again. It seemed so long. I slept on the back seat of the bus for 22 of those nights, 20 days of those. That night we stayed in one place where I went to a hotel. But we came to this place after we had been on that tour, and I sat right over there where these guys are sitting. And I remember the impression coming to me that we needed to do this in American Fork. So in a sense, Heritage Tours was born on this spot. I went home. I was the principal of the seminary at the time. Went home and talked to the stake president and said I just got back from this tour. And I said, I think we ought to maybe do it. The stake president said, well, let's do it. We had one bus, and we had one big tent. It was about as big as this area, with a pole in the middle. Boys on that side, girls on that side. We cooked all our meals. We had the home ec teacher from American Fork was our cook. And we cooked on stoves. When we ate lunch in the noontime, we stopped at a grocery store. We bought bologna, cheese, and a loaf of bread. And we would pass it out on the bus and it'd say, take 2 slices and pass it on. And then we'd say, take a slice of bologna and pass it on. Take a piece of cheese, that's your lunch. And they'd pass it down the bus. That trip was 17 days and cost them $225. The next year, we went as the Tri-State Seminary because Highland had a stake up there, and then the next year they told us we couldn't go in the name of the church because of legal situations, but they told us we could get organized by ourselves. We didn't go as Heritage Tours in 1976, but I took the American Fork K-Vets to California, to the beach. And then the next year we got organized as Heritage Tours. We were going to call it Pioneer Trails because we were going to make it a tough pioneer experience, much like the treks that you go on. We did that for 19 years. And we stayed in tents. Let me tell you about one experience we had here. We had gone on a trip. Cecily's father, wherever you are, Cecily, was on that trip as a chaperone and as a bus leader. And we passed the KOA out here as we came in to Omaha. Stayed here the last night. The drivers always came in because it was a big day the next day to Cheyenne, and we came into a hotel. When we got here in the afternoon, I told the group, you've had it pretty easy. You haven't had one drop of rain in 18 days. The trip was about 19 days. So you haven't had any rain. You guys have been really lucky. And I said, you know what? you need to be humbled. I says, not wishing this upon you, but I hope it rains on you tonight. Took him out to the KOA campground, said goodbye, drove back into Omaha with the other bus driver and got a room. My wife was with me then. And as I sat watching the news at 10 o'clock, guess what was coming from the west? A great big radar blob coming right toward Gretna, Nebraska, which was the campground. It said, violent winds and hail and lightning and all the things that come with rain and storms. I sat and watched that blob of radar come heading right toward Gretna, Nebraska. And I said, ha, my prophecy has come true. They're going to suffer tonight. About 11 o'clock it got really bad, and I thought, you know what, I better go out, give them a little protection to the bus. So I drove out to the campground about 11:30 at night, 11:45, the fact was about. I got out there, and to my dismay, there was a campground that had kind of a big sloping grassy hill, and it was raining cats and dogs. And guess what they were doing? They're out sliding down the hill, having a ball, having a great time, wet as they could be, screaming, sliding down the hill, midnight at night. And guess who was the leader? My son-in-law, Chris Boyce. I said, you turkey. I turned the bus around and came back.